You're watching Business Access TV.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
You are watching Business Access TV.
Business Access TV.
Serious about business.
Serious about business.
Transforming lives, empowering communities. That is the mantra of the Jamaica Library Service. And in keeping with such, Business Access TV is here today at their TechFest 2016. Today, we'll be experiencing all the latest in technology. I'm Kimberly Henry. Stick with us for all the highlights.
Ladies and gentlemen, I must say it is my distinct pleasure to be sharing in today's exercise, which marks the culmination of the 3-year ICT project dubbed JLS, using technology to empower individuals and communities for development. I am heartened that the Jamaica Library Service is a recipient of this global initiative, and on behalf of the people of Jamaica, I register my gratitude to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Global Library Initiative, the main funders of this project, the Ministry of Education, and several other local and international partners, including Microsoft, our own Universal Service Fund and Chase Fund, that have collaborated to transform our libraries into digital spaces. This partnership, ladies and gentlemen, and the many others that we have forged over the years, reiterates the tremendous value our island, Jamaica, possesses when it comes to having the potential to attract investments. Ladies and gentlemen, the library was once recognized as the go-to source for information and knowledge. My colleague, who is a little bit older than myself, and my other colleague, who is just a little bit younger than myself, can attest to the fact that the library in our days was really the go-to source for information and knowledge, the center and hub of the community. I remember in my school days, at St. Jago High School in particular, whenever we had a project, we had to find ourselves at the St. Catherine Parish Library. And it was always a thrill for us to be able to be in the presence of so much information and getting the opportunity to absorb that information. And in fact, at St. Jago, we used to boast when you go to the library and you extract new information, something that the teacher did not speak to when he or she was lecturing, and you could expound and articulate a position and bring in new words and new ideas and go in a different direction. At that time, people used to believe that you're bright. But of course, it was the help of the library that more or less facilitated that type of interaction. In today's society, everything can be Googled or YouTubed. And within a matter of seconds, the information is there right on your device. The transition of reading materials to tablets, e-books, e-readers, digital catalogs, and other technological advancements of this nature have led to the reduction in library membership and the usage of these physical spaces, not just in Jamaica, but across the globe. However, I'm heartened that the Jamaica Library Service embrace the technology in such a way that it seeks to improve its service offerings to the general public. I am pleased that our local libraries are responding to the technological changes, and in so doing are implementing learning initiatives that are aimed at increasing the literacy rate and assisting in developing our technological enabled society.
When you think about the creation of a Ministry of Education, Youth and information. If you were to look to see what would be the nexus of education, youth, and information, clearly the answer would be the library. The library is a critical, a primary source of education. It attracts thousands of youths all over the country, and its main job is to supply information. The library is truly at the center of our ministry. I heard Sir Robinson speaking about his time. Clearly it was a little bit before my time, maybe more than a little bit. But coming from rural Jamaica, hailing from the parish of St. Elizabeth, I can tell you without a doubt that growing up, the library was our focal point. To be quite honest, if you wanted to get out of the house on a Saturday, the only excuse you could use was that you were going to the library. I'm telling you. And you might have used it, Chairman, as an excuse, but when you get home, my mother would say, where is the book that you got from the library? So it forced you to join the library. You had to come home with the book. And then during the week, Mommy would say, then how are you not reading the book? And you have to carry it back soon. So it again forced you to interact directly with the library. And all over rural Jamaica, libraries are focal points for our young people. I remember my first journey to Mandeville was to the parish library to do some research work there in Manchester. So it is critical that we find ways to ensure that, as we say, the library is focused on transforming lives. The only way the library can do that is if itself transforms. And I think that is what this TechFest is about. And I'm very happy that the library service has gone a far way with the help of its partners, and I won't call out all of them, but definitely the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Microsoft, Chase, Universal Services Fund, has tremendously helped the library to transform, to face the realities of now.
Minister, the Jamaica Library Service TechFest is all about technology and science. And we know in Jamaica a lot of persons are not necessarily tech savvy. So how important is it to get persons to be more understanding of technology and to accept it, and also to foster it in our youth so that they can take it up when we're all, dead and gone?
All right. First of all, it is the objective of this government to develop what we term our knowledge-based society, and in the same breath, Jamaica becoming a truly digital society. And in order for us to achieve that, we have to ensure that our people appreciate and know how to use the technology, that they become innovators of technology. Now, the Jamaica Library Service provides the ideal opportunity for our children in particular to become more involved and to use the technology that is available, for example, learning. The library provides the opportunity for not only students but also adults to become a little bit more tech savvy, to know how to use the technology. In fact, it complements the Tablets in School initiative that the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology, as well as the Ministry of Education, both are partnering on to develop and to roll out. And so it is a part of the general thrust of government to bring the technology closer to our people. And so the Jamaica Library Service, I think, and I know as a matter of fact, they have been doing a tremendous job over the years. And this TechFest is testimony to the fact that they are on the right path, and we as a people, we are on the right path. It's for us now to provide the necessary services and support to ensure that we become a fully digital society.
Minister, tell me a little bit of how important the Jamaica Library Service is to the community and also the services that it offers.
Well, it's very important. The library for years has been a focal point, especially in rural communities. It's been a focal point for research. It's been a focal point for literacy. You may know that Jamal, that program that was focused on adult literacy, helping our older people to learn to read and write, was run through the library initially before it branched off. So it has been a critical service. And nowadays, it's
obviously the library has been retooling, has been transforming, so it can better transform lives. So it offers the research services, it offers internet services, free Wi-Fi, and there are some new programs that we're bringing on board to help people how to utilize the internet. So we're doing computer classes, you can learn to use Skype. There's a brilliant video about, you know, one of our more experienced users who came to the library because her son said she had to learn to use the technology, and we offer those services now.
I'm very happy to be here. I'm also the Member of Parliament for this area. And I was reflecting on, I'm 44, so I'll tell you my age. You know, 30 years ago, coming to the library was a big deal, right? It still is a big deal, but probably for a different reason. Coming here, it was about reading books. But more people come here now to use a computer. And that's a good thing. And I was very happy that the skit that we had before, and actually I think Apple should actually pay some royalties for the free advertisement that they got here. And I hope Microsoft and others are not too upset. But it's a good skit because I think it is important that we promote balance. And we ensure that while the technology is a great thing, that we still encourage our children to read. So I know most people come here to use the internet, but they don't read books anymore. And so you probably heard it. I didn't know blush meant something else, you know, so I'm obviously old. But you have a new language that has emerged. And there's nothing wrong with that language, but then that language becomes the only language, then you have an issue. So I think, you know, while we promote the technology, which we must, and there are so many advantages of it, we need to ensure balance, and we also need to promote reading, because it is still probably the most valuable exercise in terms of comprehension and understanding. I'm happy to be here because I was associated in my previous dispensation with the work of the Jamaica Library Service and what the government has done to facilitate internet access. The Universal Service Fund has built out an island-wide broadband network which has connected schools, post offices, and libraries, and a number of libraries across the country. More recently, they have connected police stations and health centers to ensure that all public institutions are connected, which is important. So when persons come here to serve, they can serve using high-speed internet access. And to ensure that all Jamaicans, regardless of whether you're rich or poor, rural or urban, you have access to the internet. The Community Access Point project through the USF allows community-based organizations to apply for a computer lab in a church or a community center. Again, ensuring that access is brought to all Jamaicans.
November 2016 marks the third year that the Jamaica Library Service has been working on our project entitled Using Technology to Empower Individuals and Communities for Development, funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the Global Libraries Initiative, and with the government of Jamaica. In fact, 3 years ago or 2 years ago, this is where we met to launch the project, and we're happy to say that we have done all that was expected of us and more. We've done an immense amount of work to enhance the delivery of ICT services in our libraries, island-wide. Through the provision of state-of-the-art computer hardware and software, the project has significantly helped to increase public access to computers and the internet in 119 public libraries, thereby improving and impacting the areas of digital inclusion and education. As a part of the project, we've expanded the provision of free computer training for adults and children, and we've introduced new programs and services, provided software to support remedial reading, e-book access, app development, and programming. We have also provided training in basic computer applications, digital literacy, social media, as well as other areas that have greatly benefited all of our users. In addition, the Library Service has undertaken significant marketing and advocacy activities to communicate to all our stakeholders and the public about the changing role of libraries and the many new programs and services offered to support the changing information needs of our community. The way people consume information today has significantly shifted to technology. Public library must therefore adapt And today we would like to showcase our changes to the public in a very tangible way.
The premises of the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Library comes alive today with technology on show. Similarly, our libraries across Jamaica will be showcasing our technology programs and services during Library Week. Indeed, it has been a very long time since the JLS has been working to expand its ICT capacity to offer new and enhanced programs and services to members and to introduce new users to the membership. It is indeed through strategic partnerships that we have been able to introduce limited technology service to our clients. As the demands for both traditional and ICT services continue to increase, and with the changing needs of constituents, the organization was constrained by limited resources to meet these needs. Through a grant of approximately $2 million from the Global Libraries Initiative of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to support the provision of public access to information through technology in public libraries, we were able to implement the project titled JLS Using Technology to Empower Individuals and Communities for Development in November 2013. In the first objective to provide Jamaicans with increased access to ICT service, we have increased the inventory of computers for public access from 500 to over 1,200. We have installed over 151 new wireless access points island-wide. We have also installed state-of-the-art software for library users, as you heard, courtesy of Microsoft. Today, every public library across Jamaica now has state-of-the-art computers for public access, with 82% connected to the internet and offering wireless access. The remaining 18% are ready to provide connectivity once the infrastructure is in place in the community. The libraries are ready, but unfortunately we have not been able to get the internet access in some areas.
November is celebrated as Science and Technology Month, so it's really fitting to have a TechFest in this month for the Jamaica Library Services. So tell the viewers a little bit about the event and what it entails, who you're targeting with this event.
Okay, the TechFest came about because we wanted to promote our library programs and to really show Jamaicans that libraries are not just about books anymore. The Jamaica Library Service has embraced the ICT technology, and several of our programs and services are about ICT. And for example, our latest ICT project, which started in November 2013 when we got approximately $2 million from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, their Global Libraries Initiative, to fund this project. So through this project, we were able to more than double the number of computers in our libraries. So we had just about 500 computers. So now we are well over 1,200 computers in public libraries right across Jamaica in all our 119 branches.
In celebrating Library Week, how important was it for you to partner with the Jamaica Library Service to further the initiative of what the libraries provide?
It wasn't difficult at all because the Jamaica Library Service has been the heart of many communities in Jamaica over the years. This event really epitomizes the thought that libraries really do matter. What this TechFest is doing is that basically bringing to the fore that libraries really matter and that libraries are really not going extinct at all, as is public view. We really celebrate with JLS as a partner because if we are to basically achieve the vision for 2030, the government of Jamaica needs to put the library service as someone, as an entity that basically is going to get them there, because after all we are in every nook and cranny of the society and we have been doing this. We know how to do it, we know how to provide access to information, and that's where we're going.
With the retooling and reshuffling of all the services that the Jamaica Library Service has to offer, we know that Microsoft has come on as a huge partner and will be providing updates for their Microsoft software. Well, you'll be providing Microsoft software. So tell us a little bit about that partnership and how important it was for the company, for Microsoft to come on board with the Jamaica Library Service?
So Microsoft, in general, we have a mission to empower every organization and person on the planet to achieve more. And with that, we saw that because of the fact that the Jamaica Library Service is a nexus for reaching communities and persons, we understood that that was an idea to further help the initiative of the government and also the JLS itself. And so through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, we were able to donate $1.1 million worth of software to the Jamaica Library Service for the Global Library Services Initiative. And so we're very happy to have done that, because what that provided to the Jamaica Library Service was Office, so Office applications on the computers that were donated. We're also looking at Visual Studio as well, so all the coding that they offer, which Minister Floyd Green mentioned earlier, is very important. Windows Server as well as other things. So it's something that we're very excited about, and that's why we're here, and it's something that we really prized in doing for the Jamaica Library Service.
I hope that today was both informative and empowering. I'm Kimberly Henry with Business Access TV, serious about business.